What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video drilling episode after 5 or 6 days. Whoa, crazy. Bro, broken nose. Or, well, no, not anymore, but. Yo, okay. A lot has happened. So, let's start with the weekend. Damn, that was almost a week ago. Crazy. Alright, so Saturday and Sunday was the practical part of my trainer's license. On Saturday, some people had to, lead the group, some had to lead a warm up, some had to lead some games and, show us some games and explain them to us and all that. And one of the games we played, everything was going well. I was actually destroying everyone, to be honest. We played like first of all I came late, so the first 1.5 hours of that class I warmed up basically with my outside clothes, baggy jeans and yeah, well, it is what it is. But then once we had a break, 15 minutes, I changed basically this hoodie, have two of those, and the short pants that I have also of them, also the same. Actually, it was a set, I think. Yeah. Yeah, well, and then I did, then I played normally. We played a few games, a few games of, you know, throwing soft, like, I don't know, like in German it's called like zombie ball, basically. It's like everyone against everyone. You get a few softballs and you throw them at people. When they catch, you're out. When you hit them, they're out, and they get back into the game once the one who has thrown them out, who has hit them earlier, once that guy's out. So basically, uh, if I throw a ball at person A, he's out. If person B throws a ball at me and hits me, then I'm out and person A is back in. And then I have to wait till person B is out. Easy peasy. Yeah, and actually on the game I was dominating. So people started low key. Like, I don't know, I was just dominating. And in the next game, the guy was like, it was some sprinting or like it was a catching game. And in that game, I also dominated. Like, honestly, the guy was like, okay, who wants to be the first to be the catcher? Two catchers basically. And then two people volunteered. Easy. I just saw how the game worked at first. And then second round, he was like, okay, new volunteers. I was like, yeah, let me volunteer. And then the guy is like, and then I just hear from the other people, like, oh no, Jesus, not him. That was quite funny. Yeah. And well, destroyed that game. Honestly, that game lasted like 2 minutes at most. Like, honestly, we were so quick to catch all of them. And then the last game that I played, it was like basically catch, where there were three catchers, but you couldn't catch like the normal way. You had to throw a ball at someone and then they would be tagged. Or tag. Why did I say catch? I don't know. Whatever. And then they would be tagged. So, but this time they even said, like, the guy who introduced that game, he was like, yo, but this time, like, please chill out with the strength, because low-key I hit someone really hard in the chest once. I don't know, I just throw normally, I'm used to it, to throw that hard. Well, yeah. So I chilled a bit more, but then like I threw the first ball, and then I was on the way. I hit someone and the ball rolled off to the side. I was going for the ball, but everyone was standing on that side since we were standing on the other side. And well, yo, that's what's up. Straight ran into each other. He tried to dodge, I tried to dodge, same direction. He hit my nose with his head right into this side. My nose was. Oh, actually, I can show you. I made some. Damn, yo, that looks cooked. Okay, in case you don't want to see this, my broken nose after it happened. Yo, skip like 15 seconds or so. Yo, what the fuck? Look at this. What the fuck? Completely cooked. Yeah. And that's how I look right now. And I also have a picture of after. Yeah, right after not right after, but back when I was in my room, so like half an hour after waking up. I mean, I basically looked at that. Was right here, easy peasy. Makes sense. Yeah, but my nose was cooked, as you saw. It was honestly cooked. And like the guy ran straight into me, and I'm like, oh, damn, boy. And then I noticed blood started flowing. I'm like, okay, shit. Let me go to the bathroom. I just walked low key. I had one eye closed, I think, but I just, I held my hand there and just went to the bathroom. Yeah, and honestly, I looked down on my hand. My hand was full of blood, like all of it. And well, once I got there, the trainer, or the guy who's actually leading the whole, part of the trainer's license thing, he cleaned up, which is good. I felt a bit bad for him, but like, it is what it is. Yeah, the other guy was totally fine. I wasn't. And then the guy came and was like, "Bruh, your nose looks weird. Like, is it normal like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." And then I go to, because there wasn't a mirror in the where the sink was, and so I walk to a bathroom where there's also a mirror, and I look and I'm like, "Damn, my nose is not straight." I fuck. What the fuck did I just break my nose? I thought I just had a nosebleed. Did I just fucking break my nose? This cannot be happening, yo. I was just sick for 2 weeks, 2 weeks of no training. And now you're telling me I can't do training again? Yo, I was so fucking frustrated. I went back to the hall where everyone was, and then the trainer, the actual trainer, was like explaining stuff to them, and then I was like, yo, I called him over and was like, yo, I honestly don't feel too well right now. I might pass out after he was done explaining, because why not? Yeah, because he was explaining, and it's rude to interrupt people, right? Mm. Yeah, and then I low-key almost passed out. I laid down on the floor, put my feet up, type shit, and then everything was alright. After like 10 minutes, I got sat back up. Or well, first of all, while I was laying down, I was like, "How long no sports when broken nose?" Google this type shit, and it said 6 weeks. I'm like, fuck, 6 motherfucking weeks. I just had no sports for 2 weeks. Those were the worst 2 weeks of my life. And you're telling me I have to do 6 more of those, where I can't even do anything. And my exams are coming up. What the fuck? Yo, I was so frustrated. I was ready to punch the shit out of someone. But strangely, not the guy, because, well, I mean, not that strangely, it wasn't his fault, right? But yeah, I just wanted to punch. I just wanted to destroy something in that moment when I was like, damn, no training. Are you fucking serious? I just broke my fucking nose. Fuck. Yeah, no, type shit. Yeah. And well, I called my mom. Well, it took her 45 minutes to get there because, it's quite far from here. Oh, well, decently far, I guess. Yeah. So after, honestly, I didn't even cry. That was also so strange. This is my first time breaking something, and I reacted way more calmly than I thought. Like, honestly, it was just the impact and then the blood, the nosebleed, and I was like, damn, oh shit, I'm about to pass out. I didn't pass out, but like I was pretty calm. I also talked to the trainer like, yo, what is gonna happen, with the trainer's license? Because obviously I can't do the practical weekend now, right? But I did the whole month. It would be bullshit, you know, and I need it for my you know, for my uni, college stuff, whatever. And well, yeah, he was like, yeah, well, we'll see. I'll ask them. Maybe you have to do the weekend again. It's at a later point, or maybe they'll just send you the certificate for this part of the license course. But most likely you have to do the weekend again. Thankfully, on Sunday evening or afternoon, I got the license. Or on Monday, I don't remember. I think on Monday. So that's good. But honestly, I really was excited for this trainer's license on the weekend. So bro, this throws me off. This is the phase where everything happens, right? First of all, I was sick for 2 weeks right before and right during a big exam. And I wrote that big exam, started to get back, training. I wasn't really like I was behind, I was weaker, but I wasn't totally weak, I was still alright. And then on the fucking weekend, this happens. Oh my god, I'm completely cooked now for training. Also, my friend also told me should ask ChatGPT. I also did that already. Like, what should I do to not lose as many muscles, to not lose as much strength, right? He told me some. Let me actually read this. I got it somewhere here. Here. Protein intake. Keep it high, makes sense. Muscle loss happens when your body lacks protein. Calories, but that side, because basically every day I've been eating these waffles, and like the whole package has around 700 calories, and it's not really saturated, so easy. Calorie intake is definitely not a problem. Although my mom made soup, and well, that obviously has basically 0 calorie. No, obviously not zero, but you know what I mean. Soups don't have a lot of calories, especially this like chicken soup. Yeah, chicken breast or something. I don't even know. Creatine. Keep taking it. This is also, I never took creatine before in my life, but a few days ago. Oh shit, I hope I didn't leave my address right there. This came. Let me actually open this. I really hope I didn't leave my address. Oh, quite bad. Alrighty. Here we go. Ultra pure creatine, premium grade, neutral flavor. Yeah, so I think I'll be taking this. Yeah. To not lose as much muscle. Then stay active within limits. The bro, it completely yaps. Like, do body weight exercises or resistance bands as soon as possible. Bro, I can't do anything for at least. The guy said 2 to 4 weeks, but like I said, I do intense workouts, like intense exercise sessions, high intensity. No, not high intensity, but just I just exercise, or my trainer trains us in a way to make something of us. It's just intense, because intense training is needed if you want to progress a lot. Yeah. So can't do this one. The thing is, I'm also thinking about going for walks, but I'll have to see about that, because I don't know as of right now how the cold weather is for the nose, you know. I mean, right now it's actually. Oh, also, I was invited tomorrow for a, little grilling session. Some friends wanted to grill and play American football. I'm like, sure, grilling, I might be there, but definitely not American football because I broke my nose. They're like, oh shit, yeah. Um, Again, yo, I started saying it again so much. Yeah, but so maybe tomorrow I'll be going for, you know, some some of that. Focus on recovery, good sleep, low stress. Once cleared, ease back in. When you get back, prioritize strength work to regain lost ground. Okay. Yeah, but basically protein, calories, just watch what you eat. Still the same thing. Creatine and sleep. Basically nothing that is unexpected, except for the creatine powder, actually. Because I thought, I'll take it only when I have training again. But he says I should take it right now too. And that was unexpected. Good. So Saturday, I was in the hospital for like what, 5 hours. Monday, and I was walking around with a broken nose actually till yesterday. Just my nose was crooked for 4 days straight, and I had to live like that. Yeah. Saturday was nothing. I just chilled at home. Didn't really want to go somewhere with a broken nose. Monday, went back to the hospital for a checkup. They said, all right, yeah, Wednesday surgery. And then I stayed in there for some more shit, the anesthetic, is that how you say it in English? Basically, yeah, some, what meds they could use. And this was also so dumb. I was on Monday in the hospital for 4.5 hours, and oh my fucking god. First of all, waiting a long time for the dog, for the throat, nose, ears, dog. Damn, that sounds so bad in English. Anyways, for that dog, waited for a long time. And then I had to go to that was so dumb. Then I went down. I waited for so long. And then I got there. I just had to fill out a questionnaire, a form on an iPad they gave me. And then I had to wait again. Then I was called this time. And the fucking dog. Yo, she just asked me the questions that I just answered on the questionnaire. I'm like, bruh, I just filled out a fucking form for that. What the hell? Why the hell are you asking me? And then the next day I was supposed to go there again because start of a new quarter of the year, because it was the 1st of April. I had to scan my card again. Yeah, and then the guy, the surgery management guy, he was like, all right, gave me this little sheet of paper and said like, oh yeah, come to the surgery without eating anything, drinking anything, blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, when is the last time I can eat? He's like, oh, the professional should have told you that on Monday, yesterday. I'm like, no, she didn't. She just asked me the same questions as the questionnaire, He's like, are you sure about that? I'm like, bro, I basically, on Monday, I was 4.5 hours in the hospital so that a fucking dog told me nothing. I don't like hospitals, honestly. Like, I was, oh, that is also, oh my god. All right. Anyways, let's go on. Wednesday came, surgery time. I was supposed to be there at 7:30 a.m. I was there at 7:31, but because my surgery was at 11. supposedly, like around 11, you know. Oh my god, that was the most annoying. Oh my god, I low-key went insane that day. Wait, Wednesday was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah. Alright. So, came there at 7:30. Stayed in the fucking room till like 10. The woman was like, alright, around 10, you know, put the clothes on, you know, because I didn't stay there overnight. Just surgery and, you know, went back home. So I put on the clothes and I waited for like half an hour, 45 minutes. And then she was like, you know, at 10:30, she was like, oh, you know, you were called. You could go up. I'm like, oh, nice. Surgery is earlier than expected. Nice. I'll be home earlier. You know, everything is done over faster. Nice. So at around 10:45, I'm in front of the room, like the surgery room. She knocks on the door. Is like, yo, he's here. The guy is like, yeah, right now I can't. You know, I don't have, I'm still prepping another patient, but it will take around 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Like, the nurse was also like, but you know you called him up, right? And he just ignored that. Just straight up ignored that. All right. So 30 minutes to 45 minutes, easy peasy, you know. All my stuff was downstairs. I couldn't drink. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be good to drink right before surgery, but I couldn't be on my phone. I couldn't read. I also brought a book with me, Meditations. That is actually, the beginning is good. As far, like, as of now. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, and then I was in front of the room, the surgery room. Was, like I said, expected 30 to 45 minutes. But I was in a fucking hallway for 1.5 hours. A bit more. It was like 140 hours or so, 1 hour 40 minutes. But like, at least 1.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? That motherfucker called me out of my room to get there only to wait for 1.5 hours. What the fuck is wrong with him? But yeah, and he came out and it was like, hey, you're smiling. I can't really smile because it moves. He's like smiling. It's like, hey, 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 hey. Yo, I was so bored. Literally for like half an hour. Why do I see a fly in my room? Come here, bitch. Okay. For literally like half an hour, I kept myself busy by doing fucking maths. Because I was just sitting there in the hallway. I couldn't lie anymore. My back hurt. I didn't know what to do. And then I was like, alright, how many days has it been since my nose broke? Alright, 4 days. So 4 times 20, 24, 96. I've been out of the last 96 hours. How much time did I spend in the hospital? Alright. So at that point it was almost 12, right? Oh shit, I spent way. At that point it was like 11. You know, my actual surgery time. And so I actually broke my nose at around 11 a.m. So 4 days later, I'm like, all right, last 96 hours. I was in the hospital on 5 hours, 4.5 hours, like roughly half an hour. And then now again, 3.5 hours. Yeah, but I think it was not around 11 when I did the calculations. Yeah, but anyways, right, on Wednesday, I was in the hospital from 7:30 to like 3:30. So eight fucking hours. Shit. Crazy. So I was in the hospital for a long time. Yeah, but then I'm there, you know, dividing 96 by 14 with 14. Dividing that, I got the number 6.857142 and period. So 6 dot period 8574142. That was the number that, you know, from the calculator, and that's actually true. Let me show you. Or maybe I got that right in my head. Here. See? Exact number. 7, 857142, and then because it's not a calculator but like a phone calculator, not a real one, it just displays a limited amount. Yeah, so proud of myself for doing it. But yeah, I couldn't keep myself occupied forever. After those 1.5 hours, I low-key went really crazy. Then I came in the room. The guy put a needle here, and that motherfucker fucked up. That was way too tight. So after some time, my hand started hurting. I'm like, yo, my hand is starting to hurt a bit. And he's like, oh, that shouldn't happen. Oh, we'll have to do another one. Yeah, so the motherfucker, that's literally the only thing he did in that preparation room. Put a needle here, screw it up, put a needle here. And then he left again for 15 minutes or something, yo. I was so fed up with that old fucking guy, honestly. No, but it's shit. Yeah, and then a doc came, and she was pretty nice. First I thought like, oh, she's a bit robotic, she just has dry humor, and she's like, are you excited? Not excited, but like, are you worried, basically? I'm like, no, not really. She's like, good, because there is no reason to. I'm like, and I thought, she asks for a reason or something. No, but yeah, whatever. And then slowly she starts speaking normally. That was good. And then I get put in a room, surgery room. She puts like a mask here. They talk a bit, but the mask was just oxygen at that part. Yo, you can actually see this. You put it right here, and you can see the mark below here, right? You can see that he fucked up. Motherfucker. Okay. I was in the room, and then 2 other people came in too. And the one guy was like, alright. Through the second one that he poked, the motherfucker, because he fucked up the first one, they put in some stuff, some meds, and we're like, alright, so your arm is gonna feel like it's heating up soon, and you'll be tired and go to sleep. Don't resist it, just go with it. Like, alright. I was away pretty quick. Yeah, and then I woke up. They made me sign some shit. And, well, soon after, actually, when I woke up, I was so talkative. Like, really talkative. I know, like, I was fully present, but it was so weird. And, there were tons of nurses running around, and I was just like, hey, what does this line mean? Hey, what does this line mean? Hey, do you like your job? I was just talkative. Whatever. Yeah, but I didn't have a phone with me, or that could have gone in whatever direction, I don't know. Probably not a bad direction, because I was still present, I was just... I low-key felt like as if you're drunk, but like fully present. The thing is, I don't know about other people, but for me, back when I was drunk, when was the last time? 2 years ago or so, probably. Last time, or 2 years? Yeah, probably like 2 years ago. Last time I drank. But yeah, I was really, when I was drunk, I was still present, everything was happening. I realized it was happening, but you probably know how it is. Less barriers and all that, But for me, like, it wasn't like, it was just, I was more social, and that was pretty much it. But then I got transferred back to the room. They said, oh, for 1.5 hours you have to stay here, and then you can call whoever the person is, my mom in that case, to pick you up, and then you may leave. Like, all right, chilled there for 1.5 hours, and then the nurse, she was like, I asked the question. She's like, didn't the dog tell you? I'm like, in the conversation that you had with him, I'm like, what dog? I literally woke up 5 minutes ago. What are you talking about? I spoke to no one. Like to no dog. They just made me sign some shit and then I got transported here. What do you mean? She's like, no, that you talked with a dog. And I'm like, what the fuck? That completely tripped me up. Like honestly, I was so yeah. I was like, okay, you know. That's what's up. And well, after that, 1.5 hours passed. Whatever. My mom came. Yeah, and apparently there were no complications during the surgery, which is good. It looks pretty straight now. I'm content as of right now. And today I went to make an appointment or to get notified when the appointment is when they will take this net off. It will happen next Friday, on the 11th of April. And she also, like, the dog or nurse, I don't even know, sucked some, like, she looked into, like, she made me do some stuff, see how much I could use my face muscles, she made me do some shit like, you know, like this, or follow the finger, just usual stuff. And if I could feel everything, everything is normal, which is good. Yeah, and then she looked into my nose and then she sucked some stuff out of that. And oh my fucking god. I honestly, low key, I don't know. I probably lost some brain cells right there. Because she used this tiny instrument and I held my head there because I was like, alright, it's just gonna be quick. And she started sucking. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I lean back because it's like, it's such a weird feeling. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It was basically, you know, as if someone put a string in your nose and just pulled it slowly out, tiny string, and it was, I don't know, it was such an uncomfortable feeling, I don't know. But then she did it on this side of the nose. I'm like, all right, this is possible, and she did it on the other side, and then once it was about the same level of discomfort as on this side, I was like, all right, it's gonna end soon. And then she kept going, and I was like, yeah, I was honestly low key seeing heaven. Yeah, oh man, that was literally crazy. And I had such a disgusting feeling in my nose for like 10 minutes after that. Yeah, and now I'm here. And actually, for most of those 4 days when my nose was broken, before, like, between surgery and the point where it broke, for most of it, I was actually, watching series, playing video games again because I just wanted the fucking surgery to happen, because, yeah, because, like, bro, I can't do shit. I can't do sports. I couldn't meditate with that nose because I couldn't breathe through it properly. I also, right now, I'm not, like, I cannot look down, like, tilt my head down because if you don't even understand how much pressure it actually puts on your nose when you look down, when you wash your hair, it's crazy. Because it's always like, you look down, I can't do it right now, and try it, actually. Realize how much force is being put in your nose, in your head, when you look down. It's actually crazy. Didn't realize that before. Yeah. Phew. But yeah, the thing is, probably for the next few days, I will still continue to play video games because I just want this fucking time. The thing is also on the 7th, so in 4 days, I have a presentation. I will inform myself about that because my friend did a lot of research because I was obviously sick for the 2 weeks where we wanted to start. So that was unfortunate. Now I will inform myself a bit about that and if necessary, I will call him to, so that he could explain it to me again. We're also gonna, we're gonna make the call either way, because we also have to talk about who presents what part, and all that. So, yeah, I will go to the presentation with this thing. Hopefully, maybe the people who will examine us, who will grade us, not examine, what the hell, but who will grade us. Hopefully, they will hear coughing. Oh, actually, first of all, coughing and especially sneezing is so fucking difficult, because I have to sneeze with my mouth open, and I low key have to hold this, like, my nose a bit, so this doesn't accidentally, move out of place and I have to do the surgery again. Yeah. But yeah. So what I was saying, I hope the people who grade us will have a bit of, sympathy, I guess, with me, and take it easy and give me better grade, because obviously it's a presentation exam and we yap. And honestly, I can't, like, the second I spread my nostrils a bit, even when it happens on accident when I speak sometimes, that kind of hurts. And so maybe during an exam where I have to yap literally for, like, the total exam is 40 minutes roughly long, and presenting part is like 25, and then 15 minutes of them asking questions. I just hope they will chill a bit, because my nose is broken, and yeah. But now the problem is not only that I can't do training, but also I can't practice for the sports exam that I will have in. Damn, when was the times? Wait. Actually, let me see. I got the picture right here. Here, my first exam, sports exam, it's on the 13th of May. I don't know if I can already do the run there, because, yeah, well, 4 weeks, alright, but if it's 6 week of no sports, then I can't do this. Damn. 19th is the next one, my basketball exam, and 22nd May is my last exam, and that's the one I wanted to practice for the jumping, sprinting, and throwing exam. But, well, I can't practice for any of those, and I hope I don't lose too much stamina, especially because I have to do, like, the 12-minute run. And so, yeah, right, the worst time for this to happen, you know? Yeah. I wonder who the hell will watch 40 minutes of me yapping about the last few days. Aside from one person, probably. It's crazy. I also can't wink anymore. That's also a shame. I mean, I can, low key. But, yeah, I shouldn't move my face muscles too much. So, that's what's up. I think I'm back finally for real. Yo, this year is fucking crazy, honestly. Also told my teacher on Monday, like, yo, I won't be coming to school this week. It was just Monday and Tuesday. But I was like, yo, I won't be coming to school because my nose broke. He's like, oh my god. How much unluck do you have? First, you're sick for 2 weeks, and now this. And, well, get well, and, tip shit. So, that's all for... Oh, that is so awkward to fucking... Yo, sneezing is honestly the end boss right now. It's literally so fucking hard. coughing is already bad, but like sneezing is next level. Alright, that's it. Anyways, I hope, please stop this. I hope this is my final return, because I was like, oh, I'm sick, oh, I'm back, and then I got even more sick, and then I was back again, and now I broke my nose, and now I'm back again, all within the last month. Shit. Shit. And honestly, I feel so bad for my mom because she doesn't have to do it, but I still feel bad because she wants to do it. But obviously, she still has to work, right? But she also wanted to be there during most of the time where I was in the hospital, even during the whole waiting time. I was like, oh, you don't have to. She said, no, I want to, but I low-key feel bad because she has to work. She sometimes had to wake up at 6 a.m. so that she could be with me in the hospital. Work from 6 to 8 and be with me in the hospital for 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, and then she would usually leave. But I feel a bit bad. She didn't have to do that, and I told her she could go home, but still feel bad because obviously it's also very exhausting to work and care for someone at the same time, especially someone who bro, I can't, I usually get water. I usually get the water or the heavy stuff. I usually get it. Obviously, some guy and the son also. But now I can't do that anymore because my nose. And that feels a bit bad. But I can't do anything about it. Yeah. Yeah. But I hope I can go grill with my friends tomorrow. We'll see. I'll also talk with my mom about this because, yeah, because we wouldn't want this getting worse again. So, that's it for today's episode. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Yeah. Bye-bye.